Are you scaring your cat every time you scoop them up? 90% of owners make a physical mistake that triggers survival panic. You think it's love, but their brain signals betrayal. Stay until point 6. The consent code ritual will make your cat finally choose your arms over the floor forever. Since the way you reach down determines whether your cat sees you as a safe harbor or a predator, we have to address how we approach them. First, we must look at the stealth ambush. Picture your cat gazing out a window, looking perfect. You sneak up on tiptoe to scoop them into a surprise hug. Most people think this is a sweet moment of spontaneous affection. You assume they'll enjoy the surprise love. But here's the problem. To your cat, a sudden grab from behind is the biological signature of a predator. In the wild, that is exactly how a hawk or a coyote ends a feline's life. When you pick them up without warning, you bypass their conscious brain and trigger the amygdala's survival panic. Their nervous system screams ambush. This creates a spike in cortisol that makes them associate your touch with a loss of control. Adopt this instead. It's a tiny check-in known as the shadow call. Before you get close, say their name softly from a few feet away. Wait for their ears to rotate toward you, or for a slow blink. This simple heads-up gives them the power of awareness. You'll notice their body stays soft in your hands rather than stiffening up. You aren't a predator anymore. You're a partner. Once you've mastered the approach, the real danger starts the moment your hands touch their fur. Secondly, we have to address the ribcage squeeze. Most owners use the Lion King lift. You put your hands under their armpits and hoist them up. It looks majestic, right? You assume they feel powerful. Wrong. Look at their eyes. Here is the proof your cat's body is telling you. Felines have a flexible, floating ribcage. It's a masterpiece of evolution designed for squeezing through tight gaps, not for supporting their entire body weight from 2 pressure points. When you lift by the armpits, you're actually crushing their chest cavity. It compresses their lungs and puts terrifying pressure on their internal organs. Make this small shift today. It's a habit called the chest cradle. Instead of the armpits, slide one hand broadly across their chest and the other under their rump. This spreads the weight evenly. You'll feel their breathing stay deep and calm instead of becoming shallow. You aren't just picking them up, you're protecting their internal world. That isn't a lift, it's a support system. Even if you support the chest, there is one more part of their body that most owners ignore until it's too late. Third, we need to stop the dangling reflex. Do you ever carry your cat and let their back legs just hang in the air? Most people assume that as long as they have a good grip on the front, the cat feels secure. You think they feel like they're flying. That's wrong. Here is the sensory truth. Cats are governed by a hypersensitive vestibular system. Their inner ear is always calculating gravity. When those back legs have no solid ground, their brain enters a falling loop. It's a primal terror. They feel like they are plummeting toward the earth with zero control. This is why they kick, squirm, or try to climb up your neck. They aren't being difficult. They're trying to find a footing to survive. Switch to this habit instead. It's called the rump anchor. Always provide a solid shelf for their back paws using your forearm or your hip. You will feel their back muscles loosen immediately. Their tail will stop lashing and stay still. You've just turned gravity from an enemy into a friend. And hey, if this secret is changing how you look at your cat right now, hit that like button and subscribe. It's how we reach more owners who want to love their cats the right way. Once you have stabilized their weight, you might feel tempted to show them even more love by holding them like a human child. Fourth, we must address the belly betrayal. Think about the last time you cradled your cat in your arms, flipping them onto their back to look into their eyes. You assume this is the ultimate sign of closeness. You want to see that soft tummy and those jelly bean toes. But for your cat, this is a moment of pure biological vulnerability. In the feline world, the abdomen is the kill zone. It houses every vital organ with zero bone protection. Flipping a cat onto its back is like forcing a soldier to drop their shield in the middle of a battle. Behavioral studies show that when a cat's belly is exposed against their will, their brain triggers a disembowelment reflex. They aren't being mean when they bunny kick your arm, they're instinctively trying to protect their life. Shift your posture to the four-paw flat approach. Keep their body that horizontal to the floor, stomach facing down, and let them rest their paws on your arm or shoulder while you pull them against your chest. They need to feel like they are standing on solid ground, even in the air. You will notice their body go limp and their purr deepen almost instantly. You've just proven that you respect their anatomy more than your own desire for a baby hug. You aren't just a holder, you're a safe harbor. How you end the hug is just as important as how you started it. Fifth, we need to talk about the grounding exit. Think about when you're finished carrying your cat. You probably just lean over and let them leap from your chest to the floor. Most owners think this is totally fine. Cats are agile. They are built for jumping. We assume they enjoy the shortcut to the ground. Done. But here is the physical cost. That sudden drop puts intense, repetitive stress on their front shoulders and wrists. In many cats, this leads to silent joint pain or early arthritis. Psychologically, it is even worse. It makes the end of the interaction feel like being discarded. The bond snaps with a jolt of gravity instead of fading out gracefully. Bridge the gap with the floor landing habit. Lower your entire body until their front paws are flat on the solid ground. Only once they feel the floor should you release your support. This gives them a controlled, confident exit. You will notice your cat won't bolt away in a panic. They might even stay by your feet for a second. You've just proven you are a protector until the very last moment. That isn't a drop, it's a respectful finish. We've secured their weight and protected their joints, but none of that matters if you miss the most critical rule of all. Sixth, we must unlock the consent code. Do you pick your cat up whenever you feel like it? Most owners treat their cat like a living stuffed animal. You see them looking cute on the rug, and you decide it's time for a hug. You assume they are happy to be loved on your schedule. But here is the lead. The biggest mistake you're making is lifting without asking. To your cat, a sudden lift is like a kidnapping. Felines value autonomy above everything else. A 2019 study from the University of Lincoln on feline-human interaction proved that cats are significantly less stressed when they have the power to initiate or end contact. When you take away their choice, you become a source of unpredictable anxiety rather than comfort. Try this silent agreement instead. It's called the feline finger handshake. Before you reach for their body, extend one finger a few inches from their nose. Wait, let them sniff you. Don't lift until they rub their cheek against your finger. That is their biological yes. If they turn away, let them be. But when you wait for that signal, you'll notice they stay in your arms twice as long once you finally lift them. You've just moved from being a kidnapper to a trusted ally. You aren't just holding them, you're honoring them. Your cat is not a living stuffed animal. Every time you ask for permission and support their weight, you prove you are a safe haven. Respecting their body is the fastest way to earn their heart. Start listening to the language of trust. It is the highest honor. Love them well.